everybody, Fairwind Cosplay here, and for today I'm Mermaid Mist. So on my mermaid Instagram, I've been getting a lot of requests to show off my tail collection. I have since amassed, in my 2 years of being a hobbyist and a performer, amassed a collection of 11 different tails. Wow, I can't believe it myself. Most of these tails have been from Fin Fun, as I serve as their Northeast ambassador, 18 and up. So every month they give me one of their limited edition tails for that specific month. So you will be seeing a bunch of those. Aside from the Fin Fun ambassadorship that I also have a tail from Suntail Mermaid, a tail from The2Tails Mermaid, and 2 tails from FinFolk Productions. So I thought I would show you my first tail, which is the Fin Fun Aussie green tail. When I first got into the mermaid hobby, I saw this tail online. A friend of mine had gotten it and posted it on Instagram, and I begged her as to where she found this tail. So a year later, I had saved up for it, and I purchased this myself in July of 2016. Since then, my hobby and profession in the mermaid community has grown so much, and I really owe everything in my collection and my career to this particular tail. I love the fade of the blue and the green. This part of my fluke is my favorite part of every Fin Fun tail for the most part, especially in the Mermaidens collection. You can definitely see that she is beaten up a little bit. This is before they had the sticker protector tips, and way before they had the new gel dipped tips. But among all of my tails, this one is one of my very, very favorites, and I'll always cherish it because it's my first one. Next up is the Maui Splash Tail. This was one of Fin Fun's first limited edition designs, and I'm not really a pink person, I never have been, but when I saw this particular tail, I looked at my sister Aurelian Cosplay, also known as Mermaid Caylis, and I was like, hey, did you get me anything for Christmas yet? So I was really drawn to this tail because of the beautiful ombre design on the scale body. I love the fluke too, but the whole purple to pink to blue thing is so gorgeous. Earlier this summer, Newsday, our big local newspaper, published a full 7-page photo story on the Long Island Mermaid Pod, of which I'm a founding member, and I wore this particular tail to our party for it, so this tail has a lot of good memories for me, and I can't wait to try it out and swim in it again. By the way, I'm also borrowing Mermaid Caylis' monofins because I have a lot of tails, and I thought it would take a lot of time to switch up, so thanks. This is not chronological, but it's in front of me. So this is Fin Fun Mermaid's September 2018 limited edition tail. This is the Citrus Splash Tail. Again, I'm not really usually drawn to yellows in mermaid tails, but this one, when they released it, I was like, oh my goodness. Take a look at that beautiful banding. If you want a full review of this particular tail, I have a video on my channel that I uploaded not too long ago, so you can see me gush about this in more detail. This is the Fin Fun, I believe it's the June 2018 limited edition, the Sapphire Sea. This is the first tail that Fin Fun gifted me as their ambassador, and I've worn this tail so many times this summer that I've lost track. We did like a gorilla mermaid fountain shoot in this. I wore it to a Newsday shoot at Mermaid Aria's pool for Newsday, and I wore it to the Fin Fun pool party at Summit, New Jersey, where I met so many new friends, including the author K.M. Robinson, who has the Siren War saga, and she's also a creative blogger for Fin Fun now. And I met the entire Fin Fun creative team and marketing team at the party too, so this particular tail means a lot to me. It was also sent to me during a really difficult time for my family, so receiving this as a present was a really sweet and unexpected thing. You can also check out a full review of this tail on my channel. I can leave those in the link for you down below. So next up is the Fin Fun Tidal Teal tail. When I received my Sapphire Sea Ambassador package with the new monofin and the limited edition tail skin, they also sent in this tail as a surprise freebie. I really love this tail. I've only worn it once so far. I wore it when I hosted a Spoonful of Sugar mermaid training meet at my house. We worked in our pool for a few hours, and we worked on tricks and breath holds and strength building and posing with other people, other mers, and it was a lot of fun. This is a very popular tail I found, and I love seeing it in photos, so one of these days I'll try to get around to doing a photo shoot in this particular tail. Next is the original tail that I really wanted to buy, but I didn't because it's the same color as my pool liner. However, This particular tail means a lot to me in that for my original concept of Mermaid Mist, a character I created when I was 14 years old, her tail looked exactly like this. She was very shy, she was psychic, she was a seer, and I thought that a deep blue tail would perfectly represent her. Obviously, since I'm a performer, a shy character doesn't really work well, so Mermaid Mist is now bubbly and curious, but she still has that aspect of being able to see the future, and there is an air of mystery about her as well. So when Fin Fun announced that they were redesigning their Mermaidens line, I was like, oh no, now I have to get this tail. So this was not a gift from Fin Fun. I actually bought this one myself. I love the color. It's just so vivid and so beautiful. And unlike my Aussie green, this one has the nice dipped protective tips. But again, the Arctic blue tail was one of my favorites. And while I'm excited for the redesign, I'm very glad I was able to get my flippers on this particular tail before it swims off forever. And finally, for my Fin Fun tails, this is the new Atlantis Pro design, the Malaysian Mist. Obviously, I'm Mermaid Mist, and I was like, well, I got it. Again, I have a full review of this particular tail on my channel that I uploaded not too long ago, but I wore this for a photo shoot with the Long Island Portrait Workshop, and I was an autumn-themed mermaid. I wore my Long Island Mermaid sweatshirt, and I had a mermaidy mug, and it was really cute, so it felt like I was at a mermaid sleepover. I love the extra fins. Oh my goodness, look at this scale patterning and detail. I love it. This tail is so remarkable. So that is all of my Fin Fun tails. Now I will show you my Suntail Mermaid tail. I have a full review of this one up on my channel as well that I believe I filmed during a snowstorm. This one is currently on its correct monofin, the Suntails monofin. This monofin actually belongs to Mermaid Caylis, and she hasn't swam in it yet either. So I can tell you, just holding it, this monofin is a lot thicker and more rigid than a Fin Fun monofin is. So I'm assuming it's going to be a lot heavier in the water to maneuver. We'll have to try this out sometime. But the Suntail Sea Monster tail, I'm always drawn to like kind of off the beaten track designs when it comes to mermaid tails, and this one is definitely it. I love how eerie it looks. I love the blend of amber, black, and green, and gold, yellow all together. I'm working on creating a siren mersona for this particular tail because it definitely doesn't fit who Mist is as a character. So stay tuned for Siren Kiva sometime in the future. This is the 2Tails tail. This is the Catalina Aqua Sparkle. I also have a full review for this particular tail up on my channel as well that I filmed this winter. Also, I think during a snowstorm. Funny how that works. So this particular tail is really cute. While it's not my favorite of my tails, I do like it a lot. I think the gorgeous sequin dot fabric shows up beautifully under the water, and the dolphin shape of the fluke is really cute. I really like this tail, and I use it for my Hanan Hosho cosplay from Mermaid Melody. I have a discount code for it. It's Sinead15. So if you type that in, I'll leave that in the box below. You can get a discount on your next tail from the 2Tails. And finally, before I get to my mythic tail, I have to talk to you about my mythic tail first. So my FinFolk professional tail, my mythic tail that I use for Mermaid Mist, is currently resting. I had a birthday party gig for her with Spoonful of Sugar the other day, and she definitely needs this winter to recuperate and have some repairs. My mythic tail, I love her to pieces, and she is definitely my most favorite tail, but she is not going to be making too many appearances this winter because I need to fix her up so much. Not only did I buy her secondhand, but the aquarium gig was really, really rough on that tail, and despite my constant vigilance, constantly sewing scales back on, constantly washing it and making sure that everything was okay, with all the fake coral and the rocks and kids pulling at it, it has taken some damage. So she's not going anywhere anytime soon. This is not the end of my beautiful Nile Goddess mythic tail, but she is going to be taking a break this winter. So this is, you're not even going to be able to see me, but that's okay. This is the FinFolk Fabric Tail Ariel Dream. This fluke is massive. This fluke is larger than my mythic tail fluke. It also has a unique fluke design. Most of the FinFolk Fabric Tails have 3 full-size fluke designs: the Lorena, the Sea Nymph, and the Calypso. This one is its own because it's modeled after Ariel from The Little Mermaid. And since Ariel is my favorite Disney princess, I was like, well. And a lot of Mist's accessories are green, teal, and blue. So I thought if Mist needed to shed her scales and grow a winter set, this would be a really good alternative. So this tail is so remarkably beautiful. I really do need to get a monofin for it. I love the shooter that's in my mythic tail. And I would like to purchase another one, but I'm going to have to wait a little bit because this was not a cheap purchase. But just looking at how beautiful this tail is makes me so excited for all the adventures that are going to come. Unlike the first gen tails, this is printed on a white neoprene, and it's a little bit less stretchy than the first gen. So this one has a little bit less stretch to it than the first gen, but on the other hand, it also has a way more invisible zipper. So here is the zipper. You can barely see it, whereas on the first gen tails, the zippers were white, and it's really hard to hide. And on the inside, there is a vinyl casing. I'm not going to take it out and show you, but there is a vinyl casing that keeps the fluke holding its shape, and you put your monofin in between those two pieces of vinyl. Getting to cosplay Ariel and perform as the Mermaid Princess is really a dream come true. So if I can help Mist's dream come true this winter and repair her beautiful rainbow scales while having a same full quality, high quality, professional neoprene tail, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm really happy that this tail kind of fell into my lap the way that it did. So last but not least is my beautiful FinFolk Productions Nile Goddess Mythic Tail. So I know she looks okay from this angle, but there's a lot of stuff going on with her, and all of this was largely from the aquarium gig. She took a huge beating. I don't know how many kids that I swam with, but we sold out almost every single session, and kids were touching me, knocking me into the rocks, pulling at me. So despite my very careful attention, there are some issues that really need to be fixed before the season begins again in the spring. So this particular section here on my knees, always pulled because that's where I would pull up to help with the dorsal zipper. So the scaling there is a little bit off. I need to go through and rescale. There is one missing scale that popped up during the birthday party over there. But the problem is that there's a lot of paint scrapes on my beautiful fluke. Now this is all from getting knocked into the coral. No matter how careful I was at the aquarium, there's a lot of environmental things. All the coral and the rocks are all fake. But when you get pushed and knocked into things and pulled different places, sometimes your tail ends up taking a beating. I have attempted to fix some of them, but it looks like most of my attempts haven't stayed. So if you have a silicone tail that you have repainted before or repaired, please feel free to give me tips or shoot me messages at Miss the Mermaid on Instagram, because I would really love to restore this tail to her former glory. And I love it more than any other tail in my collection. This tail really is a huge dream come true to me, and I would hate to have it fall into a state of disrepair. So that is my beautiful mythic tail. I had to bring it inside just now because it started raining, and I'm going to prop it back open with a pipe so that her monofin air dries. If that doesn't dry, I might try the hair dryer trick, but I've always been hesitant about that. But, I mean, even in this bad lighting and even in this state of, oh, poor baby, you can just see how beautiful and glimmering and magical this tail is. And even though it is really beat up, I love it to pieces, and I can't wait to see her once she's all restored. So these are all of my fabric tails laid out together, again, barring my mythic tail, which is outside. But I just love the colors, the different styles, the different aesthetics that come from each of them. And I'm so grateful that as a mermaid hobbyist and performer, that I get to share this kind of magic with all of you and with all the kids that I perform for as well. There are so many different options out there in the mermaid community, and no matter what your style is, there's something out there for everyone. I hope this video was helpful in showing you how many different forms that a mermaid can take and what each of them look like. So especially if you're new and you're looking to get into the hobby, check this out, look into the websites, and dive right into the hobby. I highly encourage everyone to try this out because it's really freeing and so much fun. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you had a blast. See you next time! How do people do this and look cute?